If we could have everyone seated, please, we'll get started. Some announcements. Just want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to complete the survey and have your voices heard. A survey on the event and what are your thoughts? How can we improve? What can we do better? You can fill it out by hand, leave it on your table, or you could scan that little QR code. I received a question asking about the PowerPoint presentations that you saw over the last number of days and the videos. So yes, the PowerPoint presentations that were shared will be posted to the website in the coming days, as will be the video that was taken over the last 2.5 days. Give it a couple of weeks, keep checking back to the OSI website and you'll see that. And just a reminder to bring home the flowers that are the centerpieces. Bring them home and enjoy those. Okay, so our next element here, we have some very talented facilitators and note takers that are going to share 3 highlights from the breakout sessions. We're going to keep it tight in terms of time, and I will turn the floor over to our talented facilitators.
Hello? Okay. Hello everyone, Yout. My name is Megan Metz. I was the facilitator for session 1, which was forced transfers, finding missing family members in cemeteries. We had Tanya, Elizabeth, Sharon, Christine, and Reg join us for that session. Some of the takeaways I got from their stories that they shared was the importance of telling our stories, not only our personal stories, but carrying forward the stories of our missing loved ones as we slowly piece things together. And that it is ultimately up to us to tell our own stories and continue to carry that forward. We also spoke on the impact of incomplete, incorrect, and inconsistent information and records when it comes to things like death certificates or medical records, and how that can be really problematic and it can really negatively affect your search efforts. It was mentioned that there is a need for funding to increase our search to include asylums as well as hospitals in our search for our missing loved ones. It was mentioned that our people were often admitted into places like asylums and similar institutions for refusing to give up their identities, spirituality, and language. So funding is needed so that we can search these institutions as well. It was mentioned multiple times by all presenters the impact and the difference that the Office of the Special Interlocutor, places like No History, there were shout outs to Anne and Simone, and many others who have made a positive impact when it comes to helping families locating their missing loved ones and their unmarked graves. Yeah, that about sums up the session that we had. Thank you.
Hello, Tansei Boujou. My name is Deandra Thomas Hart. I'm from Treaty 1, Winnipeg, Manitoba. My session was called Dear Flora, Pour Toi Flora, which was a CBC Gem short TV series on kind of a residential school, personal experience. Sonia Bonspiel Bolio, she is the filmmaker and director, writer. Her session was basically in response to increasing denialism in regards to IRS. Sonia wanted to share a personal family history story, guided and helped written by survivors. And Dear Flora was led and created entirely by Indigenous content creators, and shared the importance of narrative sovereignty. Nothing about us without us. She also shared that she had worked with some survivors and that they helped write that story, and so the importance of getting survivors involved, especially when it came to the language, and it had an Anishinaabe version as well as like an English dubbed, so I thought that was really cool. They allocated in their film budget health and cultural supports as well as the Anishinaabemowin translations in that. And so as a filmmaker myself, I feel like that was really interesting to include that. As well, she shared about the power in filmmaking to record and share our own stories and honor those stories in history. And there was an importance in seeing ourselves as Indigenous peoples on screen. And one last point was the intergenerational survivors gave feedback after watching her series that it was empowering and understanding why their parents were the way that they were and taking that back and learning and doing self-reflection. So that was Dear Flora. Yeah.
Sego Sewagwego. I'm Skyly Storm. I work with the Office of the Special Interlocutor. I was the note taker in the No History Interactive Workshop that was focused on using archival records to support ground searches and Indian residential school investigations. As it was an interactive workshop, in the first part, No History, Beth and Ashley walked us through how No History supported the Survivors Secretariat in locating over 22,000 documents and what those documents tell us about the student experiences at the Mohawk Institute. We were walked through how aerial photographs, maps, and other types of data like photographs could be used to make 3D representations and contemporary maps that help ground searches, as well as how we can understand the experiences and stories that actually lie within those documents. In the interactive portion, we were given a small set of documents, real documents from the Mohawk Institute that were provided to No History by the Survivor Secretariat, and we were very fortunate that we also had health supports in the room. What we did was we did a tagging exercise where we read through those documents and we tagged them. Afterwards, we discussed it as a group and kind of talked about the challenges of really bad handwriting, incomplete information, conflicting information, and how to overcome those problems. It was really interesting to hear the responses from some people who are actively engaging in that work right now, and we were really thankful for the support of No History to talk us through how some of those things can come together and support GPR as well as community knowledge.
Thank you to our facilitators and note takers. We've said it before, we are very grateful and our future looks so bright. I'd now like to invite Tracy Liost to share an important message from the youth for all of you.
Tanche, everyone, got the whole team. As the youth advisory with the Office of the Special Interlocutor, together we just wanted to say one last big thank you in Miigwech to each of you for being here with us. It is so meaningful to be walking this journey with our elders and our survivors. As youth from coast to coast to coast, we are here grounded and proud and powerful in our ways. We are the dreams come true and the prayers answered from our survivors and our people, and we get to be that because you survived. Each of you continue to show us the way in this journey, and we leave each gathering armed with your love, and your spirits continue to guide us as we journey home to our home fires to continue that work in our communities. So we wanted to say one big miigwech, and it was made really clear sitting alongside elders these past few days that the unconditional love has never ever gone away. So we hope that our elders and our survivors in attendance leave here knowing that your youth love you immensely, and we are so proud of each of you. Miigwech.